Ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be doing a day trade dash review. Now, this platform does offer quite a few things, but the subscription that I have is specifically for scanners and charts. If you're looking to join this platform as a top tier member, you'll have more things at your disposal. But in this particular video, we're going to be talking about the charts and we're going to be talking about the scanners. And we'll be going over the pros and cons. And I want to start by saying, you know what? I have zero cons when it comes to this platform as a scanning platform, as a scanner. On my screen here, you guys will notice a couple of different scanners that are open. You know, for example, the high of day momentum scanner here, the top gainers down here at the bottom left. You have continuation, right? Continuation stocks from the prior days, the last 2, 3, 4 days that are also moving up in today's trading session. High of day momentum for penny stocks, sub $1. QNCX, a stock that's now on the top gainer scanner here, you know, up 300+%, right? The top gappers, stocks that have moved up overnight, right? Versus the new day. Top gainers, stocks that are making new highs, you know, over the course of the entire day, right? High of day momentum, stocks that are moving up real time. And so it's very impressive, this software. A couple of quick things to mention. When you do link your scanner to your chart, if you click on a stock here on your scanner, it'll automatically populate on your chart. The stock quote tab is a pretty good tab, as you can search up any stock here, get the news, and figure out what's going on. This will lead you to a link to a full-on article. And if you want to get in detail about, you know, the company, this one here, QNCX, a therapeutics company, you know, you can always read through and see exactly what's going on if you need more insight or details before trading. In terms of large caps, large cap high day momentum, large cap earnings with gap, you know, so if you're somebody who's trading large cap stocks, it also has something for you. And also, as mentioned, after hours here as well. So this scanner covers me from pre-market, the open, all the way to after hours. So when it comes down to scanners, something being reliable, something being quick and consistent, I have no issues. And you know, I do know some newer traders will prefer platforms that are free. But the only issue with relying on something free is that a lot of the times the people who are providing those services, sometimes like they have no real obligation to show up, you know, and so the service can end, especially if they have a change in career or retirement, if they become ill. A lot of different things can happen to where someone who's providing a free service can potentially stop. You know, with services like this that are so up to par, I have no doubt that we're always going to continue to see updates, right? So the scanners themselves, I mean, 10 out of 10, you know, no issues. No problems here scanner wise. Now let's talk about the charting, where I do have a little bit more feedback here. Let's jump into it. Getting into some of the pros with the charts, it's very reliable. I don't have any issues with lag. There's only been one day out of the last 6 or 7 months that I used this software and I had an issue. And that was the day where we had, I think, all the software platforms were shut down. I forgot what the exact reason was. That was the only time I think I might have had any issue. Other than that, the charts are always quick. Let's pull up a stock that's pretty liquid like Meta, right? 10-second chart on Meta. We can switch over to a 1-minute chart as well. Everything is always quick and fast. Like there's, you know, there's no lag. I used Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab for so long, TD Ameritrade, and it seems like every other day the chart would just be laggy. It would be slow to update, versus these charts are quick, no issues. And then on top of that, you get the 10-second and 15-second chart. The 24-second, I don't utilize as much, but the 10-second, especially 15-second, I know a lot of guys who also utilize these too. You know, you get an extra level of depth beyond the 1 minute. And you know, the charts are pre-programmed to Ross Cameron's layouts as well, if you're interested in that, right? You know, of course, as we know, this guy is a pretty monster trader himself, so you know, the closer we can be to him sometimes can give us an advantage too, seeing a little bit of what he sees, indicators like the MACD, which honestly in the past I thought was nonsense. But you know, nowadays, as I'm looking at more dip trades and looking to hold longer, I'm starting to recognize and realize the benefits in a lot of these indicators, right? So in terms of like usability, speed, reliability, no issues. Here's where my first criticism is going to come, right? Let's pull up a stock, and actually something's hitting the scans here. Let's see if we can find something here. QN, we're going to click on this one, QNCX, right? By the way, another good pro is that you can link the scanners to your chart. So once you click on the stock there, it does populate, which can save you a bit of time. Let's pull up QNCX, right? This is my first criticism here to the platform. This is a stock that's trading below $1. And when stocks are below $1, there's never, well, sometimes, but not really, the whole number for the price points, meaning we trade within the 100ths of the penny. So right here, we're just seeing 46. But if I pull up a level 2 on this ticker here, QNCX, you guys will see that the price is actually, you know, now we're at 45.7, it's just showing 46 in the chart. And if we check also, if we come here and we hover over the high and the low, we get the whole number. So hey, the previous high of the last 10-second chart. And by the way, we can also switch this over to a 1-minute chart just to have it show a little bit more clearly. Hey, the high of the current candlestick is 47. The low of the current candlestick is 46. And that's not entirely true. If we're to watch on at this level 2 over time, okay, we got a new candlestick here. And again, it's showing the high of 46, but the high might have actually been 45.9, you know? So this is something that I think could be improved upon for the charting to show within the 100th of the penny on stocks below $1. And then once we switch over to $1, you kind of bring that penny forward, right? So I think for me, this is one of the biggest like flaws, really. It's not a huge one, but still something that could be worked on to, you know, have a little bit better continuity on these cheaper stocks. That way, when you go back and check a particular candlestick, you can see, hey, the high was, you know, 47 and XYZ, you know, within that 100th of the penny, maybe 47.20, 47.30 within these cheaper stocks. I think that's very important to know, as you can have precision with your entries and your exits. And I think honestly, they don't have that because Ross doesn't trade below $1, which is probably, this is my guess, is the only reason they haven't, like, you know, recognized it right away. So coming into my other criticism, right? I do have my layout saved, and I have, you know, if I pull down my other screen here, you guys will see I have a 1 minute and a 5 minute on my monitor up top, and these are all linked to my blue link, which means, you know, if I type in the symbol here, it'll populate everywhere. When you open up the platform for the first time, let's say you first log in and you hit your layout, these windows, they'll populate, but they won't populate on the exact screen or monitor where you last left it. It'll like populate within the and what's the technical term? I guess within the browser. Yeah, it'll populate within the browser, but it wouldn't populate on my screen up top or my screen to the left, my screen to the right. And so what I'll have to do, I'll have to drag this into place. When utilizing some other platforms, they did have that right there. So where you last saved the layout is exactly where it'll populate. And I think for us traders who usually will have more than one monitors, that could save us a little bit of time at the beginning of every day where we're looking to get logged in and looking to get started. That's the second feedback. Third feedback. Oh yeah, this one is also pretty big. So despite having a chart that is linked, the trend lines do not populate. So if I'm looking at the same ticker symbol, which is why I would have the chart linked in the first place, right? QNCX, let's just go ahead and throw a trend line here for high of day at 49 cents, you know, plus or minus, right? 49 cents. My trend line is up, but you can see on my chart to the right on the 5 minute, despite being the same stock here, I'm not getting that trend line to populate unless Maybe there's a setting somewhere in here that I'm not like realizing. And if there are settings that I'm not realizing, do forgive me with the feedback. But uh, typically, this is something I would want to see. So again, on the main screen here, we didn't get that high of day trend line. We have to manually plug it in. That right there could end up like causing us to lose some time in the heat of battle. If a stock is moving up and we're looking at it over the different time frames, um, the reason we use trend lines is to help us out with memory and to not have to remember the levels on our own. So having it be able to populate on every chart once they're linked, I think would be a good help. But yeah, those are my three feedbacks. Honestly, I haven't seen anything else to complain about. Everything looks good, and look at this stock go. Maybe I should be trading it. Maybe we throw in some live trading into this review here. This thing actually opening up quite a bit. 5 cents over the highs, not bad. Although the volume, well, the volume is decent here. It's not too bad. We're getting about 4 million a candlestick here into the breakout. QNCX opening up, and by the way, let's go back to our charts just to see if it's hitting. And yeah, so on the penny stock high of day, right? No doubt, and it's also giving you that time as well at 3:03 and 22 seconds. QNCX hit the scans here, and it's moving up. So very good platform. As mentioned, if you're a small cap trader, if you're trading momentum stocks, um, I definitely recommend checking it out. The links are down below. You know, some people, depending on where they are in their careers, they'll prefer something cheap or free. And the issue with that sometimes is that it's not reliable, right? A lot of the free scanners can disappear tomorrow if someone just decides, hey, I'm no longer interested, or if they fall ill, or, it could be a series of things, right? So when you're paying for a service, you know, it's always going to be updated and, up to par like this. So that's the good thing when it comes to a scanner and a good scanning software. This thing is at 56 cents, man. 57 cents. Oh, man. Wow. What a move. What a move. I think maybe I might get involved here. But yeah, I think that'll do it for the scanner, right? The scanner and the charts here at Day Trade Dash. Again, if you're someone who's checking this thing out and you're going to be on a full-on member, there'll be more services available. But for me and what I'm utilizing it for, I'll just stick to what I've been using and what I've been doing with the platform. But yeah, stay safe, stay green, hit that thumbs up. Catch you guys in the next one.